What do bagels, hot dog fingers, and butt plugs have to do with each other? They are the truth. They are everything. They are everywhere. They are all at once.
Okay, Joe Bitsupaki. Let's get back to business. What's it called? Oh, wait. On this week's episode, we are going to be talking about Everything Everywhere All at Once, the newest film by the Daniels. I thought they were brothers at first, but then once I saw their pictures, they're clearly not brothers unless they're adopted.
They're both just named Daniel.
Yeah. Like the directors are Dan Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. They directed together Swiss Army Man and by solo effort, Daniel Scheinert only, The Death of Dick Long, which I've always wanted to see, but I haven't. But now I'm going to after seeing this film.
I know. I was like, I saw the trailer. I was immediately like, wow, I really got to watch this at some point. And I just never got around to it for whatever reason. Just never did.
It has such a super limited release.
Yeah.
But I heard it's really good. I know something about like a guy getting fucked by a horse.
Is that what happens?
That's apparently what we'll get from the trailer.
Oh man. Well, because I don't know, because that's what I love about the trailer is that it just teases out that something weird happened, and then they just like this dude ended up dying, and then now these two other dudes are like way too embarrassed to like explain what happened.
There was like this, even the poster is like, I think one of the main characters, and then he has a firework attached to his penis.
Yeah, it's like shooting out. His name is Dick Long. Long. That's hilarious.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I want to see it. I heard it's really good. So after seeing this, I will.
Yeah, they have like a really particular sense of humor. You know, it's silly, but all their movies are very sincere. You know,
yeah, which is great. That's what sets them apart from other absurdist films and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which actually, Adam McKay lost in his filmography as time went on. He used to be sincere.
This is a new level.
This film is distributed by A24, but also produced by the Russo brothers and their production company AGBO. I mean, their other producers are Mike LaRocco, Jonathan Wang, Dan Kwan, and Daniel Scheinert. Those are the directors.
Yeah, but we don't care about them.
Yeah. Oh, and then I forgot that Daniels also wrote it. So this is clearly a big passion project for them. And the cinematographer is Larkin Seipel, who shot films such as Cop Car, Swiss Army Man, and this one, what's it called? Ron hasn't seen, but I think one of our movie nights I'll show him Lose, which is also a very fascinating film about
multi-dimensional adventure.
Multi-dimensional characters for sure, but it's just it's basically like socioeconomic pressures on race and especially on kids. It's a weird thing.
Interesting.
And you know what? This is one of the few times in my cheat sheet I also put the art direction, set direction, and the production design because I felt like all of it was excellent.
It is crucial in this film. I mean, it's like the multi-dimensional stuff. Or alternate timelines and stuff. Like it's so important to like be able to easily tell where you are in terms of like times.
Especially because the budget's so limited and you have to tell in like basically like 2 shots.
Yes, and that's so much easier said than done.
Yeah, let's go. Shout out to production designer Jason Kisvarde, art director Amelia Brooke, and set decorator Kelsey Ephraim.
So much information just packed on like in every frame of this film. Like
yes,
yeah. Just from the opening where like they're in the laundromat and stuff, like they're upstairs and they're downstairs. You can immediately tell that this film is like the people that are working on it are passionate.
Oh yeah. It's so carefully framed, carefully thought out. Like it's like from the colors of the walls to the what's it called, their outfits,
just like the piles of like bills and everything that are stacked up, where everything is like placed. Everything seems so meaningful. Everything, it looks like this place has been lived in for the past 30 years very easily, and these characters like it tells you about the personality, how frantic the mother is, and how like the father tries to put like a light spin on everything, the googly eyes and stuff.
Which is nice. Which I did like. And also final shout out to I think honestly Son Lux, who I didn't know they were an American experiment. I mean, I've heard of them, but then American experimental band.
Yeah, I first got introduced to them from Adult Swim, one of their like what is it? Their off network or after hours things or whatever. Like they're really experimental like like stuff like their 20-minute videos were basically just like every kind of like artistic thing you can think of, and they had some music in one of their pieces, and it was fantastic. And I was like, I've listened to some of their stuff then, so I'm so glad to see them like getting a full score for a film.
I
That's
think this
so
is
cool.
their first score because I couldn't find any other films that they scored,
That's awesome,
which is
Yeah.
great. This
And-
is what a great outing.
Yeah, it was great.
Works so well. It's like this weird ethereal and twanging quality to the music. And okay,
Awesome.
and the MVP besides the directors and writers is Paul Rogers, who also edited Death of Dick Long. Jesus, what a task this guy must have had.
I imagine, I can't, dude, I cannot imagine what the dailies or what like the magic, like how the like.
Unless
there's
they shot
so
it like
much planning that had to have gone into this film. Like it's insane.
like unless they shot it like Bong Joon-ho, who like have you heard what's it called? Okay, you know what? Before I even get into that, let's just talk about the brief premise of the film.
Yeah,
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Spoilers alert, by the way.
yeah. Go watch this film. We've already spoiled it a little bit, even more than I would want to.
Yeah.
Like just go watch it. It's incredible. It's probably my favorite, or tied with my favorite film of the year so far.
Is it tied with
Highly
Batman?
recommend. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I highly recommend, just because like as much as I love Batman and I love that movie, it's like this is just so original and fun.
It has a little edge to it.
Yeah, it's beautiful and it hits you like on everything. But like, but yes, so yes, it's we'll get into more about why it's so great. But go watch it. Go watch it.
This film is oh, you know, I'm just gonna brief. Okay, yeah, I'll just give my brief opinion before the premise. But this film, it's been a while where I felt like, I mean, not a while because there's always a director every year or something like that, and which is why I'm excited for Robert Eggers' The Northman,
Yes.
where it's like a director with a very singular style, breathtaking visuals and sincere story, but also the main important thing, I haven't seen this before.
Yeah.
Right. I rarely, I've seen a lot of shit, so there's always something where like I've seen where they pulled from and stuff like that, and something it could work.
Yeah.
But this one I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
it's a unique, one of a kind experience.
Yeah. I'm laughing. I'm crying. I'm like in awe. Like this is great.
Okay, so brief premise of this film. This film is about the Wang family, particularly the matriarch of the family, Evelyn Wang, played by the one and only Michelle Yeoh of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Assassins, Crazy Rich Asians. I forgot he had one UN film that he started off in, and Super Cop and shit. She's very accomplished Asian actress.
Yeah, she's a superstar in Asia for sure, and here she's
Yes.
like she's been getting. I mean, she's already been like famous for like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is probably like maybe the biggest thing she's known for, besides I guess Crazy Rich Asians in the States.
In the States,
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of what else. Whatever.
but yeah, the point is.
Oh, and she was just in Shang-Chi too. I just.
Oh yeah, duh.
Yeah,
So
everything.
yes, she's established.
Yeah. What's it called? Not to have superstar.
yeah, exactly. Yes.
So she's she's married to Raymond Wang, who is played by the wonderful Ke Kwan. I hope I'm saying that right. Who played Short Round and was in the Goonies, and he finally came out of his 30-year retirement to be in this film.
Yeah.
So, and we'll touch on that more later. And she's kind of in a rut because she's married to Wayman. She has a kind of like a daughter going to college, and her dad is just coming from China to visit. And while she's dealing with all the family dynamics,
Yeah.
she also has not a failing, but kind of like a middling laundromat business.
Yeah.
And they're getting audited by Jamie Lee Curtis, who plays Deidre. How did you say that? I forgot how to say her last name.
Died. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a heck of a name.
but and while she's getting audited, she gets visited by Wayman Wang from a different universe called the Alphaverse, who informs her that she is of one of many Evelyn Wangs, and there's a multiverse that exists.
Yeah.
And there is the villain, Jobu Tsubaki. Who shall it be? It's pretty obvious. That's coming down to basically destroy everything, and Evelyn might be the one person to stop Jobu Tsubaki.
Yes. Another being that's like capable of like going toe to toe with her. And yeah, man, I don't know. It's like every one of the main characters just shine in this
Yeah.
film, which again, it's outstanding with considering how much any film that steps into the
Multiverse.
multiverse,
Yeah.
it's like you're asking a lot. And I think at this point, like there's been enough multiverse stuff out there, and we still have Doctor Strange coming up.
Yeah. Oh,
But
and the Flash.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's Flash, there's like stuff that it's already come out. It's been like what? Like Rick and Morty has been like probably the best example of it, and that's a whole series, and there's
Yeah.
lots of multiversal stuff going on in there. But like Spider-Man just came out recently. Into the Spider-Verse is another one. And I'm sure there's more that I can't think of at the top of my head right now. But uh the way that they handle all of that at the same time while just keeping the main focus on like the family and the interrelationships between Evelyn and her husband, her father, and her daughter is like this the emotional core of the film, and but specifically between her and the daughter is like that's what's so impressive to me. They're balancing all that, and even the what's it called the auditor, Jamie Lee Curtis's character, the fact that she also gets a spotlight and she actually feels like a fleshed out character.
Yeah.
it's fantastic. Yeah,
Dude, even Raccoon Cooey and Harry Shum Jr.'s character,
yeah,
Chad, they have a moment. Like everybody except the butt plug people.
yeah.
Like even the butt plug guys have like some type of
Well, yeah, little things like I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. Like it's like these little moments of like that one patron who for some reason seems to follow Evelyn around and like seems like he's kind of flirting with her or something. But then you kind
Oh,
of
is
find
it
out.
Rick?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But you find out that it's because the perfume that she wears is similar to his wife's who
Yeah.
passed away, and it's like, oh, that makes more sense. And it's like, oh, it's kind of sweet, but also it's sad,
Yeah.
you know. And yeah, it's yeah, again, shit like that. It's like a small side character that really, I guess, didn't need to have any kind of
And
like backstory or fleshed out or anything.
or resolution.
Yeah, but they gave him that.
And that's crazy. It's like this film, by the way, this film has a 2 hour and 29 or 6 minute runtime, the behemoth runtime, but it's totally justified and it flies. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you were touching on that earlier that, yeah, part of what this film, I think, sets apart from the other multiverse films, not saying that, you know, Spider-Verse or No Way Home, or I haven't seen Doctor Strange, hearing rumors about it, that, you know, doesn't have heart at the center of it. But sometimes that film does get lost into like the lore of the multiverse, and less so into the
Yeah.
core story. But this film particularly, I think it's because the multiversal shit always ties back to the characters somehow.
Yes.
Like all the characters, and that's how you make it feel very connected in a weird way, that despite them jumping back and forth between, like, there's like a Wong Kar-wai universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, where she becomes a superstar, which is basically just Michelle Yeoh, I guess.
Yeah. And they squeeze out every joke and every piece of like sentimentalness like you can from it.
Yeah, like something
yeah.
that could be a throwaway joke, like the hot dog hands.
Yeah.
It's an arc for I'm just gonna say dear Jamie Lee Curtis's character, the auditor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it like that just in any other film that would have been a throwaway joke and it would have worked.
Yeah.
But
It was
this one,
funny. Yeah.
It tied back like it, and then but that also ties back. So there's like some emotional logic to the thing, like, you know, like there's this editing term called like there's A storyline, B storyline, but while A and B happens, and then you cut back because meanwhile back at the farm, whenever like a storyline has a climax, this has A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Yeah.
And then it does like meanwhile back at the farm like every other second, but it's always at the right time.
Yes.
And it's always connecting back to the central conflict and the dynamic between the characters, whether it's Evelyn's failing relationship with Waymond, Waymond trying to regain the passion of their you know, earlier parts of their marriage.
Yeah.
Joe Wang / Jobu Tupaki trying to win the approval of her mother or just get her mother to listen to her.
Yeah.
And Gong Gong, who
It's played by James Hong.
yeah, which is
I love seeing James Hong.
one of his best performances in years.
Yeah, yeah. I love to see him in everything. Honestly, he's just one of my favorite actors.
It's like him. Honestly, now seeing this, even though I like Sandra Oh as the mom in Turning Red,
Yeah.
Would that have been weird? I guess it would just maybe Michelle Yeoh should have been the mom in that movie. But we'll
Yeah.
see.
I mean, maybe she's actually Chinese.
She's actually
Yeah.
Chinese. Central Coast, like, but whatever. It's it's like, and also like basically Evelyn trying to reconcile with her father, who she hasn't seen for a while because of essentially her father let her go.
He drops her pretty much, or he snap. What's the word? Like
Disavows her pretty much.
Yeah, because she
Disowns
decides
her.
to leave. Yeah, he disowns her for leaving with Wayman to go to America, which it's unfortunate. It's a thing that happens with relationships. Sometimes parents will do shit like that, and she kind of vows that she would never do that to her daughter, and which is so great because again that the storyline just crosses over too. Their arc fits so well with her daughter's relationship, which fits into the overarching plot, which is the fact that they're trying to stop Japu Tapaki or whatever. And it works because she's like, oh man, she learns from what happened with her father and figures out what it matters in a relationship with her husband is ultimately what helps her realize, what really matters when she's dealing with Jabu Tabaki or her, her own daughter in this universe, which is Joy. And it's it's so great.
I see. Speaking before we talk about Michelle Yeoh, because she was her being fantastic. Stephanie Sue as Jo Wing / Jobu Tupaki. Holy shit! Thank God it wasn't Aquafina. By the way, Aquafina almost played this role, which I thought like, look, that's pretty lazy.
Yeah.
Like what Asian American teenager that doesn't get along with his mom? Like really? Like how many fucking roles has Aquafina played where she doesn't get along with their Asian parents?
She's so hot right now.
No, please. And also just because like physically she's like about the same height or maybe taller than Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah,
I felt like the physicality worked better too, having Stephanie Sue like younger and like smaller and stuff.
And also I just love seeing like young aspiring actors or whatever that have that big kind of breakout role. And this was such a great role where she got to play like she got to play the like two kind of like drastically different characters versions of herself, but one is still like. But they're still like the
connected
same
by
character.
the sadness from the or the longing for acceptance from her mom. Like all of those versions had that, which is great.
Yeah, she's like, I'm looking for acceptance from my mom, while she's also expressing like the anger and that frustration that comes with like dealing with your parents. That's just like you just wish sometimes that they would just get it or just acknowledge whatever's going on with you, and it's just like they'd rather ignore it. And it's like, no, it's like this, it's, just fully confronting it.
Seeing this makes me kind of pissed at Shang-Chi. I'm like, they totally wasted her in that film. So now she's forever listed as background friend of Shang-Chi. Like, oh, fuck, really? You guys?
I mean, maybe they'll be like, hey, you know what? Let's make her more important. Do something for
Shang-Chi too. She'll be the Iron Fist.
She'll get the 9 rings.
I heard rumors that's going to be Shang-Chi and Iron Fist, which actually... whatever, that'll be actually kind of cool. I am what's it called? Yeah, she was great, and it was funny too because I was watching the interviews and stuff about like Aquafina dropped out, scheduling conflict, so they're doing the audition process like mad scrambled to find people, right?
Wow. And
then when she was there, apparently like she just came here, she just kind of flipped the script, she improv most of her audition, and then she was basically kind of going crazy. And she even said stuff that you wouldn't say in auditions. Like, wouldn't it be funny if I didn't get the part? It's like, you guys only made Swiss Army Man. You're making this film? And I'm like, wow. I mean, it's I mean, good for the Daniels for having such good instinct on finding these people. Like literally, Wayman Wong, and they're like, yeah, let's bring short like Kay, who plays Short Round Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that's a great choice.
Okie dokie, Dr. Jones.
Because his voice too is like, okay, if I was to say it, but it's like his voice is a little softer, right? It's a little softer, a little more tempered, and that just fits his character so well.
Absolutely. He just seems like
kindness, and
he just seems like he'd be that sweet dad.
Yeah.
Like a very just sweet man that you would love to like have as your father.
But at the same time, he still displays that testament to Kay, who was easily able to display the confidence of his Alphaverse version.
Yes, his Alphaverse version, and then that Wong Kar-wai version,
Yeah,
where he's kind of the suave business guy who's
I
just
bought that so hard when he did
is
that.
so great. Like again, I was like, oh, this guy's just turning into a
Like Tony Leung.
yeah, he just flipped into Tony Leung, and I believed it.
Which is funny. I think it's like we talked about this off recording where he took like a 30-year break because and then he became like a fight coordinator like he went to USC film school because I guess like he got pissed that his Goonies co-stars got like auditions every day, but he got one or two maybe like a month or a year, which is
terrible.
crazy. He was short rounded in the Goonies.
Yeah,
Which is a testament to how shitty like old Hollywood, and even now to a certain extent, is when it comes to diversity.
Yeah, now they were trying to
compensate.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to overcompensate and give Asian actor roles to like everybody, which it's fine. Everyone has to. I guess they're trying to correct, which is cool. Yeah, it's good. It's good. More opportunities for more people. But like it's just it's terrible. Back in the day, like even though he was a standout in both those films, I think everyone agreed that he was fun and he was great and you want to see more of him, and then he kind of just fell off, and it's so unfortunate because they're just like, hey, we just don't have offers, we don't have roles for Asians,
which is fucked up. Which is fucked up, especially this guy's so talented. Yeah. He imagine all the roles he could have done during those 30 years.
He could have done so much, but I don't know. I wonder if it's like in an alternate timeline what that would have been like, because like. No, I was gonna say Sean Astin is fine.
Sean Astin is doing fine. He was just in Stranger Things.
Yeah, I was like Corey Feldman. He's had it rough.
Josh Brolin, he's doing fine.
Josh Brolin is fine. I don't know who's the actress. She was just in Mass. I forget her name. She was the mom.
Oh,
the mom's in Mass.
What's it called? She was. Martha Plimpton.
Yeah. She's also doing great.
Yeah.
So, most of the Goonies are fine.
But like Kay like went to USC film school, and then he I keep forgetting. I think it's Corey Yuen or Yuen. He's a very famous fight choreographer and a Hong Kong film director. Okay. And he also filmed one of Michelle Yeoh's early martial arts film, and also he was a fight choreographer for X-Men.
The first one?
Yeah.
Cool.
Like particularly the scene with Mystique versus Wolverine.
That's the best. I was literally thinking in my head, I was like, that's cool. I was like, but there's not that many great like fight scenes except for that one. Yeah. And then that's the best one. So
but think about how shitty the fight choreography was before Blade and X-Men.
Yeah.
And then he came in and he was like, okay, well, let's like standardize it, right?
Oh no, absolutely. Blade was like such a standout for so many reasons, but we're not here to talk about Blade. But
and guess what? I think something about UN, he was like, oh, shitty that you didn't get whatever, right? UN brought K, and basically K helped choreograph X-Men too.
What?
Yeah, so K actually choreographed apparently like a bunch of superhero and martial arts films in American media.
That's insane. Yeah, and that makes so much sense because he has such great choreography in this film too.
Yeah, because he helped with the choreography too in this film.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's like, I mean, well, him and obviously Michelle Yeoh, they're like, legends now, I guess. Yeah. I mean, he was like, I guess, an unspoken legend. Yeah. But she was the very prominent one. So cool. Oh,
and he was also the Wong Kar-wai said he was not even I got it wrong, a cam operator, but got promoted to assistant director on a Wong Kar-wai film. On Wong Kar-wai films.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, that's great. It's so cool. So yeah, seeing him circle. So he probably worked with Tony. Yeah, and then he was just like,
became Tony, right?
Yeah, he's like, I will become Tony. Channel my inner Tony. Dude, that's so cool.
Dude, please be in Crazy Rich Asians too, or something.
Yeah,
you'll get Ron to finally watch that film. You know, what I mean?
If he's there, I'll watch it. He's my price. I'm sorry, Michelle, but you're not enough.
She was great.
I'm sure she is. She's great. Yeah. I don't know. It's whatever. It's the same kind of rom-com. I get it. Whatever. It's fine. I'm not gonna. I don't want.
Well, you know what? I'm not gonna say anything about it because it's gonna be a whole discussion.
It's a whole discussion.
But let's transition into Jesus Christ. Michelle Yeoh is fucking fantastic.
She was awesome.
Dude, I've seen her Hong Kong shit and everything. And like I said, people forget that she is also a great dramatic actress.
Yeah.
And that's why when I got so annoyed when she played the matriarch Crazy Rich Asians, she was like, she's amazing, so she can act now. Oh my god,
Yeah.
let's give her Academy Award for supporting acting. No, she's always acted well, right? It's just
Yeah.
that like Americans just pigeonhole her into martial art roles only.
No, this one, talk about range. So much range.
She was like tearing up in an interview where I saw where she said this was like the first. She said finally this is like her favorite role, and this is like what makes her loves making movies, because she said people just forget that I could also be funny and I could also be dramatic, and I want to be an actor first, not martial art first.
Again, yes, it's like it's really everything you ask for from an entertainer and an actor, but specifically like as an actor, yeah, she's funny, she's dramatic, she's like can be stoic, she can fight, she dances, she sings. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, what else do you want? Like, fuck, give her an Oscar, just give it to her.
I'm serious. If she does not get an Oscar nomination for this film,
I feel like it's
holy shit.
It feel like it's too early, right? Like this is usually
She's
usually
easily the
problem.
front runner now.
Oh,
Though I've
yeah,
heard
but-
my friends in the trade they've apparently saw test screenings for Babylon, Damien Chazelle's film.
Yeah.
They said Margot Robbie is like another big front runner.
Oh,
She
okay.
plays some crazy actress in or something like that.
It's only April. What are you talking about?
I know. And that film's not coming out till December.
Oh God, I do not want to get back to Oscar stuff until later.
No, but it'll be better this time because it'll be ahead of the game, right?
And Will won't be there, so it's automatically better, I guess.
What's it called? But like I said, he got banned for 10 years, but he can still get nominated and he can still win an award. This is fucking stupid. He just can't attend the ceremony.
Anyway, Michelle Yeoh.
Michelle Yeoh is
Fucking
fantastic.
awesome.
I am serious. You know what? I am just hedging my bets. She will get nominated. I hope she wins. But
Damn, I hope so.
yeah, dude, I'm talking about.
Obviously, it's very early in the year, but she is up there in my book. She this is movies again that I'm just gonna reference for the rest of the year. I think I can easily see this being top 10 easily.
Yeah,
I'm hoping like top 5 at the very least, but
this
it's a long year.
Like this performance is so great. It's like it's better than the performances I've seen from the last 2 years of the nominees. I
Yeah,
love Kristen
yeah.
Stewart Spencer. She was great. But Jesus, Michelle Yeoh. And it's great because like she's able to balance all these different skills and still somehow keep it grounded to the emotional core of the character.
Yes.
Of like the confusion and the hardship a matriarch feels, right?
Yeah.
It always ties back to that somehow. It's great. And we were talking about Gong Gong and stuff like that. And then, okay, besides the main the Wangs, right? Any side characters besides Jamie Lee Curtis that you want to shout out to? Do you want to shout out to no one wants to shout out to Becky. She was just there.
She really was just there. She smiles and shakes her hand, shakes Gong Gong's hand at the end.
Dude, Randy
I don't
Newman
know.
was the fucking raccoon.
Randy.
Yeah.
Wait, Randy Newman?
Yeah, Randy Newman. I'm serious. That's crazy, right?
That's so
Dude,
random.
how did they get that?
How did they get Randy Newman?
I bet you he was like a Swiss Army Man fan or something like that.
I guess so.
That's
just-
how you get like these cameos.
That's so random.
Oh, and then like why I mean they probably just wanted to come on or they're friends with the Daniels. But Andy Lay, who was the death dealer for Shang-Chi, he was one of the butt plug guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he was great too. He probably also helped with the fight choreography.
Yeah, I was gonna, I don't know, give a shout out to Jenny Slate, I guess. I always like seeing her and stuff.
Yeah, she was good as Big Nose.
Yeah. She kind of had just like the, annoying kind of like stuck up customer or whatever. But she played it to a T.
She's like Jenny.
But yeah.
Jenny Slate. She was good too. Yeah, I'm not like surprised that she's in there, but it's just like Swiss Army Man was really good.
Yeah.
It's just like, but I'm just surprised that they were able to convince so many like Randy Newman and stuff like that to be in this film.
Jamie Lee Curtis. It's funny because like when I saw the trailer, I was like, Jamie Lee Curtis is gonna be like the auditor lady. That's cool. But it seemed like that's gonna be like the beginning. There's this inciting incident, whatever. She's gonna be in the middle of an audit, and then she'll kind of like disappear, whatever. But no, she sticks around. She's there, and she's integral throughout the story in various different ways, either as like a direct like physical or like existential threat, and then like also an emotional attachment for Evelyn. Yeah, like in one alternate universe.
But they were actually in love.
Yeah, they were in love. And
Which
they
is
had hot dog fingers.
Yeah, I know. Dude, that's crazy. Dude, by the way, like it was crazy for her. She said that like she took a pay cut to be in this film. Like she's apparently the biggest Daniels fan ever,
That's so cool.
which
I'm
is
so
which
glad to
makes me
hear
just
that.
love Jamie Lee Curtis more.
Yeah, just when you thought you couldn't.
Yeah, she's like, oh, she probably like rewatches Turn Down for What, the fucking music video, or Swiss Army Man. Dude, that's crazy. I love this song.
Did they shoot that music video?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I did not know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
No, we did. We talked about that like when Swiss Army Man came out.
Yeah, but that was like 4 years ago.
This guy.
No, that was longer than that, right? That was like
No, that was 2016.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
it was wild.
Dude, it's by the way, it is a crime that they've haven't had a film since 2016.
Yeah,
You said
that is
that's
wild.
big long, but
Yeah.
but that's just
That was one
man.
Daniel.
One Daniel. But it's crazy. They were preparing this because apparently, I think Quan. Oh, so let's talk about the visual effects real quick.
Yeah.
So like, apparently, it's like by 5 or 6 people.
That's crazy.
Like most of the money went to the actors, the production design, the editing, and stuff like that. But the visual effects were like, because the Daniels are well versed in visual effects, like After Effects, but they try to do as much practical as possible.
Which again makes complete sense because again that's where I wanted to point out the art direction and everything because it's so integral. And again, the more you add to that, the less you have to do in the After Effects. You know? What you can do in camera on set adds so much just from like that white room area to the
or even
various,
just like the
theaters
lights,
and sets.
the lights like flickering on and off to show like a multiverse change or some shit.
The aspect ratio changing. What it seems like again in the Wong Kar-wai-verse, it looks like it's being shot like on a film, or whatever, like on film. It's so great with like the green neon and like the streets of Hong Kong,
and lowering the shutter speed so that like the people in the background like move at a weird frame rate.
It's like that's just like this film's just bleeding love for cinema and for acting and whatever else. It's so good to see.
But that's crazy. 5 people.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then the Kwans did a lot of it themselves because from their experience from the music videos and shit that they did.
Wow.
And they tried to limit as much because they knew like think about like considering the scope of the story, they only had 25 million, which is like probably like only like 10-20 minutes of of a Spider-Man film.
Yeah.
Yeah, the budget. It's wild. And so apparently, like, you know the scene where she first goes through dimensions, like after she presses her multiversal ear tap thing.
Yeah.
And where she's like, whoa, going to front and the background changes.
Yeah.
So they did a very so one, apparently he's been filming with something with like 2 cameras attached or something.
Yeah.
Like a GoPro. And he's just been filming him going through like all these different places for like years.
Oh,
And that was that footage.
that is so cool.
Yeah. And then on 2, just to get the lighting accurate, they had like they saw Mandalorians, like, why don't we try that? But like really cheap. So they just had like 2 shitty LED panels they got from Best Buy and just projected their footage onto that and had a green screen background on her. And then she just like did this in the wind. They blew wind in her face. And it was like shot in someone's backyard.
That's awesome.
Can you imagine just getting Michelle Yeoh in your backyard?
Yeah. That's crazy. Dang. Oh, that's so fun to watch.
That's like the hustle on these guys.
Absolutely. Again, it's just there's just like from the first few minutes on the film, you can see the passion that's just like all over the place. It's just oozing, and it's just like you can feel it from the actors, from the cinematography, set design, and the effects. Oh, that's so cool. That makes me so happy.
Marvel may have them direct either the next Guardians film or the next multiverse something,
dude. I want them to just like take a swing, do something wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like give them a property that like no one cares about, so they can just do whatever they want.
I'm trying to think of like what can I think of that's like
that's tough to say.
Or maybe for DC like Lobo. Yeah, I can see them do Lobo.
That'd be so weird. No, I don't know, man. Just go for it, man. Just take a swing for the fences. Let it, let your ambitions loose. That'd be really fun. But yeah, it's funny though. Like, okay, when we're watching this in our movie theater, it was an interesting experience that I just want to touch on briefly.
Yeah,
okay,
go.
So there are these I'm assuming it was a son and his mom. They're watching the movie with us, and the son was like in like middle school or something maybe, and he was very clearly like, the first like 10 minutes of the film, he was like, like squirming around because he's like just like not immediately engaged into the film, which he's a kid, all right, and also he seemed a little annoying. He was like squirming around, but at one point he was just like, this movie's too boring. There's too much going on. There's too much action. I can't follow the story. And the mom's like, stop talking, shh, whatever. But it was just funny because like there's at one point when
the penis swords?
Jubaki pulls out the fucking the dildos and is like beating to death like people with them or whatever, and then the kid immediately stood up and he's like, now this is my kind of movie. Like, hilarious. What the heck? Also, this lady's phone went off like literally 3 times. Theater, but that's a whole separate issue. But it's just funny to me that it was just like even this kid who was like very clearly just did not want to be there was like immediately eventually just engaged into this film.
It's possible. I really feel like you have such a broomstick up your ass not to like be enjoying this film.
Yeah. I mean, this is one of those films where again I feel like I can recommend it to anybody.
Yeah,
I can just be like, you know what, you might like this film, or if it's someone that I don't want to recommend this to. I don't know. I feel like I don't like you. It's like, there's got to be a reason why it's just like, you just don't seem like a fun person.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Dude, this is like I will genuinely hate. I will question our friendship if or just my relationship with you if you don't like this film. Yeah, like I'm just like I'm not.
It's a litmus test,
Yeah.
Are you chill?
No, I'm not enjoying it. It's just like you don't like everything. Well, okay, bye. We're just not gonna talk.
Yeah. Do you pass the vibe check? No. Or yes.
Like this
sweet.
film's like Drive My Car. I understand if someone doesn't like it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna recommend that to like just like my mom. But this one, I'm like, dude, I could tell my mom to watch this. I can tell my dad. I can tell my sister. Like, obviously, I could tell like
At first, there'll be some points they'll be like, oh my god, but then at the end they'll be, oh my gosh.
Yeah, exactly. Again, it hits all the right notes.
Dude, fuck. I'm like worried, like especially from what I'm hearing from test screenings for Doctor Strange. I'm worried that this film is like gonna fuck with my enjoyment for any multiverse film afterwards. Like I'm not excited for The Flash now. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
And then also with like Doctor Strange, because everything's gonna feel so tame after this.
Yeah, it's one of the things I do love. It's like I think Rick and Morty, like kind of holds the big title spot for like multiversal
like media stuff.
Yeah, media things because
but
the difference
has been getting a bit stale lately too.
Yeah, it's been getting a little stale, but for that one I give it a little leeway. But it's like it has a benefit of being animated and it's a series, so they have a long time to like get all kinds of jokes and concepts out, and they can do tons and tons of things that you can't really do. But this one is a live action like film, which is over 2 hours, which is but not even like 3 or 4 hours, which it could have been. Honestly, I don't know. I think I would have enjoyed it still, but yeah. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say no, never mind. I was gonna say if like I'm trying to think if Legion touches on multiverse, and
not exactly.
Well,
but
I mean,
it's
we haven't seen season 3 yet, right?
No.
Okay,
I have not. Yeah, no. I was gonna say, but it is similar. I guess I see what you mean. Like in terms of concept of like how wild and like experimental it'll get at times. Like one of my favorites, like the nightmare sequence with like the what is that one song?
Well, the Shadow King, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And where he's like dancing and it's like black and white and it's like jumping back and forth. Like it's great. It's like it's again what I love is like seeing something I have never seen before, experimenting with like just a unique film experience. So yeah.
Oh, please. Okay, you know what? To wrap this up, I have nothing else more to say. I'm just gonna say in the museum for me, the rating. This film is fantastic. I love it. Oh, by the way, I guess we're gonna try to make this happen now for new listeners. Our rating system is our rating system from bottom to up. Shit bucket means no redeeming qualities. It literally deserves to be contaminated and festering in feces.
It dunked into a bucket of shit.
Yeah. Our above that is bargain bins. It's a film that we feel like is going to be not necessarily we'll buy in the bargain bin, but it's like we could see it being in the bargain bin.
Yeah, you're going to Walmart, you see that giant cage pile of like old DVDs with like dual things. It's like, oh hey, look, there's a I don't know, for future reference, like Clifford, which
is on Paramount Plus. Saying much, I'm just kidding. Oh, what's it called? Oh gosh, okay, I'm not even gonna get Paramount Plus. Above that is streaming with ads. It's something that like you care so little about that you're willing to see ads in the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or it's like,
just free or whatever
or at the same time, it's like, yeah, you know what? You're willing to like just put it on TV
in
and
the
watch it.
background.
Yeah, in the background, or watch it casually. It's like, all right, I'll watch it and it's cool. But it's nothing like you're going to take that seriously.
Yeah.
Which not necessarily, that's why I always say it's like not necessarily a bad thing, but it's definitely not,
That is a bad thing. I think if a film you're watching in the background, that's like
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's some things I would do that with. I'll just like toss in the background, but it's like, oh, all right. And it depends,
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a wider one, but yeah.
And there's premium streaming,
Yes.
which means you would actually subscribe to a service to watch this or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then above that is on the shelf. You buy the physical media.
Yes.
And we have like an asterisk, like Criterion or whatever.
Yeah.
Where it's like
that's like premium.
Premium of
like,
on the shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah. You put this in your collection. You buy the Steelbook edition. You buy the limited edition, $200, whatever.
You show it off to people. Look at my thingy.
And in the museum is our own personal, what will be in our museum. Some people, different members of Earth have different meanings of what in the museum is, but it's our own personal film museum, like what would stand the test of time and stuff like that.
Yeah, like for me, it's a film that I just I feel like I can show it up pretty much anybody, or at the very least, it's something that I feel like has added something to cinema, like as a whole, just like what it means to like really, like just I don't know, it just is a landmark kind of film, and usually it's a pretty big deal. For me personally, I try not to just put stuff in there that's like
I think
just
for me it's pretty similar. Like my thing is like if I feel like it's a trendsetter or something, like this will set the example for all the films to go forward and stuff like that. Like I love this film. It's called very close to 10. I don't even know if I would give this 10, but in terms of like my definition in the museum, this is a trendsetter. Like I will compare every single multiverse film to this one. Be like, you're not as good as this. I just don't care.
Yeah, that's again, it's a benchmark kind of film, or it's something that like again, I think I'm also gonna put it in the museum as well, just because for me, like it moved me to tears at times while I'm watching it. It's like it made me want to just like burst out crying like 3 times, but I'm also like laughing and like just enjoying myself and just can't wait to see what's gonna happen next because I don't know, I can't predict where exactly this is gonna go. And even if you kind of get like the overarching plot, it's just like how are they gonna get there? I don't really know. Like it's about the emotional relationship between the mother and the daughter, but I'm like, how are they gonna resolve this?
Exactly.
Like, it's like I don't know.
It's like on paper it should be predictable, like they're gonna reconcile, but because so many storylines are introduced, you're like, are they actually gonna?
It's like who knows? But so again, for me, it's like, I'm gonna put it in the museum, and it's one of those things where it's like it's a film that I think like if you are a film fan or you love film, you have to watch this movie at some point. Like I'm putting this as like you got to watch it before you die kind of thing. So
it's the best movie in theaters right now.
Yes.
Yeah. Next to Ambulance. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, seriously. This. Please, people. Please let this film overtake. I mean, it's not going to, but let this film overtake fucking crimes. Not Crimes of Grindelwald. Secrets of Dumbledore. Or whatever film coming out. Except Northman. I want that to do well. But please, people. I implore you. Our small little half a clue audience. If we have an army, please just go out into droves.
I have faith in you, the Half a Clue militia.
Thank you guys. Oh, you're welcome. This has been a fun episode. Thank you guys. We're kind of getting up to speed. Don't worry. Next week and going forward, we will come back with full force. We'll have more TV reviews because obviously, I mean, based on our numbers, it does seem like those are the ones that you guys watch the most.
Yeah,
and we will. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, if there's a TV show that you would love to hear us talk about or something, or what you want to recommend to us or something, just please let us know. Drop it down. Yeah. Give us a heads up.
And we will be covering more, not say obscure, but like more of the other films like stuff like X. Yeah.
Which I loved X.
Well, thank you guys so much for another episode of Half a Clue Movie Review, and please subscribe to us always. Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Bye.
Bye.